Right, sorry about that. Just give me 1 second so I can hear myself think a little bit. I'm going to turn it down just a second so I can actually hear myself think. So yeah, having a talk with people the past couple of days about how I should get back into streaming and how I should like actually make a go of it, as in not seriously make a go of it, but at least, you know, do what I used to do a couple of years ago. Because a few years ago, I swear to God, like, streaming was my main thing I used to do. It was my main solace that I used to do. For some reason, it just sort of fell apart, it sort of fell away. I stopped doing it sometime last year. And I remember the first real series that I did was Mass Effect. That was the first one I actually did when I was on Twitch. And I really, really enjoyed it, but at the same time, when I look back at it now, I just feel like I could just do so much better. For instance, the first couple of episodes, I don't think they actually have any of my voice on there because it just fucked up completely. And I had no clue how to fix it, and I was just too lazy, and I just went on and did it anyway because I didn't think anyone would watch. But people I did get quite a lot of people watching, and I think that letting BOD go by the wayside, like channel BOD go by the wayside, is like one of my main regrets. I think it used to be such a thriving thing, and everyone who used to use it has just sort of gone away ever so slightly. So, you know, I want to bring that back in, see what I can do, and maybe just stream on my own for a little bit. And also because, you know, we're now in a post-Andromeda world, okay? And in post-Andromeda world, this series doesn't have that much of a good reputation anymore. In fact, it's most likely dead, at least to people who really like it like I do. So for me, in all honesty, I wanted to come back on here and just to remind people how good this series can actually be. It can be an absolutely astonishing video game series. It really, really, really can. Easily my favourite RPG. One of my favourite RPG series of all time. It's vying up there. It's up there with The Witcher and with Dragon Age as well. But Mass Effect for me was like the first game that was actually mine. As in, you know, I have tons of friends who were into other games that they would get me into. You know, like Metal Gear Solid series and things like that. You know, those are games that other my friends had played and got me into over time. Mass Effect was mine. You know, Mass Effect was something I discovered on my own, and I remember the day I first discovered it, I went into Blockbuster, which is a video rental store in the UK, which isn't there anymore. Actually, it's closed down. The entire company's closed down. But at the time, they didn't really know how to sell video games. And by that, what I mean by that is that certain video games were woefully overpriced. Like there would be the latest FIFA title, for instance, that had been out for 9 months, would be like £50 still. But one day I walked in there and they had Mass Effect 2 and Red Dead Redemption 2 for £15. 15, not 50, 15. Anyone who's played any of those two games will know what a fucking bargain that is. So I bought both of them and brought them home. And I played, obviously, the hell out of Red Dead Redemption, and I put Mass Effect 2 into the Xbox 360. And I played the first 5 minutes, but I was getting a huge sense that I was missing out on a lot. And so I remember going on the wiki just to see what I'd missed, just in case I could just read it instead of playing Mass Effect 1. And in the end, I read the first few lines of the wiki and I thought, no, I'm going to close the wiki. I'm going to go and get the actual game. So a few days later, I went drinking with a friend of mine in Liverpool, and I showed him Mass Effect 1 that I just bought. I went into town and bought it that day. And when I came home, the rest is history. Like, it was summer. I always remember it was summer and it was raining outside. But it was like the sun was still shining even though it was raining. And I played this in my living room constantly, all the time. I loved it. I couldn't get enough of it. And to this day, you know, I know there's a lot of people down about how Mass Effect 3 ended and things like that. And to be honest with you, you could sort of see the way that BioWare was going as a company with Mass Effect 3. But I will get to that when we play Mass Effect 3. We are going to play all 3 of the games. Not in one, obviously, because I need to sleep at some point. But I'm going to call this the lore run. And the reason why I call it the lore run is because last time I played it on hard difficulty. I played it on, not Nightmare, but I played it on hard. This time I'm playing on either normal or casual. And mainly because Mass Effect 1 as a game is not that fun to play anymore. I kid you not. The story itself is amazing and it's really nice to go through, but the game has not aged well. And anyone who tells you it has is clearly wearing some BioWare fanboy tinted glasses. The gameplay has not aged well, so I will be playing Mass Effect 1 on casual, simply because I don't feel like fighting the game every step of the way for anything that could happen, and I'm not here to be frustrated, I'm not here to get killed every 5 seconds, I'm actually here to talk about the story. I'll talk about the story. I know a lot of behind the scenes stuff through research that I've done over the years, so I'll tell you as much of that as I can. I'll go over the characters, which ones I like, which ones I don't like. I'll go over the writing, what I like and what I don't like, and we'll explore the themes and the different things that come up in the story as we go, as well as sci-fi tropes and where these certain inspirations for certain things have come from as we go on through. So that's what a lore run is, at least to me. So that's what we're going to do. That, and back in the day, like, the internet in this house was terrible back in the day, but now it's absolutely fantastic, so we shouldn't have any sort of issues, anything like that. We should be able to just carry on with the game and know exactly what we're doing. So hooray, let's start a new career, shall we? The song you're hearing right now is Vigil, and it's the unofficial Mass Effect theme. It appears in all Mass Effect games. It appears in Mass Effect 1 the most, and it sort of became Mass Effect 1's unofficial theme. Whenever a Mass Effect 1 characters would come up and something nice would happen with them, or something poignant would happen with them, in Mass Effect 1, in Mass Effect 2 and 3, this song would play in the background, or a variation of this song would play in the background. But we'll see that again as we go along. It's also the song that plays in when we get to Manok in Mass Effect 3, which is very, very, very poignant. But you get that as we go on.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested.
So the voice you're hearing is the wife of Mark Meer. The wife of Mark Meer actually is the voice of Commander Shepard. So I've got no idea whether she was after a job or something, but she got the job to be the computer voice in Mass Effect, in the first Mass Effect. So there's that. And also, she plays Khalisah bin al-Jilani, who is a reporter in the game, and it's very famously you can smack her in the face, which I will be doing, because we're going to play a renegade Shepard. Our Shepard's going to be an absolute arsehole as we're going through this. Yeah, let's connect to the database.
Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
If you hear me slurping, I'm actually drinking tea, so... we'll go for a new ID. You can either play with a stock Shepard, which is just this guy here, or you can have your own Shepard. I'm going to do my own Shepard. And you can play quick start male, quick start female. So, I don't do that. No custom. We'll be playing Mark Meer's male Shepard. Female Shepard has an amazing voice actress, but I've always thought she's a bit baritone for me. I don't know. And I like Mark Meer. I've met Mark Meer twice now. Yeah, twice. Yeah. So yeah, and he's an awesome dude. Really, really funny. Extremely funny.
Please log in to access your profile.
Shit. Yeah, I forgot I had to come up with a name. I don't want to be John. It's just average Joe name. I'll go with my Fallout character's name. There we go.
Warning, data corruption detected.
The fuck
Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
So this is something that I really liked about Mass Effect 1 that you don't really get in any of the other Mass Effect games, unless you're starting it from scratch, is your pre-service history. This is essentially who you were before the game started. So these are 3 really, really, really different backgrounds that you can choose. So Spacer, essentially, Spacer is, you know, you're part of the military, your parents are part of the military, you've grown up on a space station surrounded by Marines, and so of course when you're 18 you just enlist. Funny thing is, if you play as a Spacer, you actually get to speak to your parents, which I think is really funny. So you actually get to hear Shepard's mum and dad and actually talk to them and stuff, which is cool. I think that's really cool. That's a nice little Easter egg. I never do Spacer though, because I like the fact that Shepard doesn't have any ties when they start the game. So, Colonist, if they're ever going to make a Mass Effect movie, which I hear is in the works, this should be the prologue. You should be a colonist. Like the Mass Effect movie, the Shepard and the Mass Effect movie should be a colonist. And they're raised on Mindoir, which is just a small border colony, as it says there. And in this setting, humanity in the Alliance, so most of the nations on Earth are still around. So the UK is still around, the US is still around, Canada, all that. But humanity in space is under the umbrella of the Alliance. So there's no one, you know, the USA isn't up there, China isn't up there, it's the Alliance, that's it, that are in space. And the Alliance basically control most of Earth's colonies that are in space. And this Shepard was brought up in Mindoir, but it's attacked by slavers, who are basically there to annihilate everything and take everyone into custody and basically sell them on the slave market. And this Shepard sees their parents killed, which I think would be a really harrowing start to any movie, and which is what they should do. But that's just my opinion. So on Earthborn, I think I chose Earthborn the first time, because I liked being from Earth. I like the fact that, you know, you're a human, you're from Earth. And if you're Earthborn, you actually get to meet people from your old gang, because you used to run in a gang on Earth in one of the big metropolises down there, and they want you to do stuff for them, which is fine, I guess. But I actually like Colonist, and that's why I'm going to pick it, because I think having a real renegade bad guy Shepard, he would have this kind of a background. Like, you know, he's had a lot of suffering in his life, so that's what he is.
Confirm psychological profile.
So this has a really big bearing on what kind of personality your Shepard has. So, whilst your pre-service history shows you what your life was like until you joined the military, this shows you what you've been like in the military up until now. So, I think the best thing if they're going to do a movie is probably going to be Sole Survivor, where you're like the only survivor of a massive attack, essentially. You are literally on your own. I think you're attacked by like Thresher Maws and stuff. And Thresher Maws are basically Cthulhu-sized horrid things that want to eat everything. Think Dead Space. That's that kind of a thing. So yeah, that's what I would do as Shepard in the movie. That's not what we're going to do though. So as War Hero, you're essentially the good guy, and you stand there with your hands on your hips looking off into the distance in a heroic way. You know? So you're just you're a Boy Scout basically, you're a big dude, everyone in the military knows you, they know you're a really cool guy and you can get stuff done. You're a hero. What we're going to play as though is Ruthless. So this doesn't actually say anything there, it just means you're just a ruthless prick and you just do anything to get the job done. But the fact is, like, I think if the only way you can actually max out, there are 2 bars in this game. There's one Paragon and one Renegade. It basically says, are you a good guy or are you a bad guy? The only way you can max out your Renegade bar is to pick Ruthless at the start. Otherwise, you just can't max it out, which I think is absolute bullshit, but hey. So yeah, he's, I think you're part of a thing called the Skillian Blitz, where you go up against Batarian slavers. And hello, you know, like at the very start, what we picked, you were on Mindoir and you were attacked by Batarian slavers. And your whole reputation was based on the fact that you sacrificed everyone and everything to just murder the living shit out of them. And I think that fits in well, because we know what the Shepard's been through in his life. So he hates Batarians, he hates slavers, and that's why he's ruthless.
Confirm military specialization.
This is basically what your playstyle is going to be in the game. Normally I pick Infiltrator because I like sniping and stuff, but sniping in this game's kind of broken in that it's just... even as an Alliance Marine, your aim is all over the shop, it's all over the place, and it's terrible. Soldier, you're a bog standard shoulder, you are shooty man, you shoot things. Engineer is pretty cool, means you can have like drones and turrets and things like that, and you can fix things up pretty easily, you can hack into things pretty easily. And Adept means you are adept at space magic. You're essentially a wizard, you can just zap people with space magic. Infiltrator means you're a sniper and an assassin. Sentinel, which is kind of a mix between an engineer and a biotic, which is basically an adept, a wizard. And Vanguard, which is a mix between soldier and wizard, soldier and adept, basically. I pick Vanguard because, well, when we get to Mass Effect 3, you'll know why we pick Vanguard, because they're fucking amazing. I don't really use biotics, because magic is called biotics in this setting. I don't really use biotics in the first game because it's not really that powerful. But when we get to Mass Effect 2, and especially in Mass Effect 3, Vanguards tear through whole fucking squads. And I quite like the fact that Shepard's a biotic, so that's what we're going to do. And we get to use shotguns.
Confirm facial identification.
Alright, you're just going to have to bear with me on this one, because this guy is a model called Mark Vanderloo. A Dutch model. And yeah, it's fine, but I like having scars and stuff, so... And sorry Mark, you don't have any scars, so I'm going to change your shit up. But most of the faces are fucking ugly. So I think I always went with that one, and then changed it up quite a lot. My god, I forgot how fucking but ugly these faces are. Okay. So you're just going to have to bear with me for a moment whilst I... Facial structure. Oh god. Oh. Oh Jesus. Oh my god. You would not want to come across him in an alley, would you? He's fucking... Right, okay. Cheekbones... Cheek width? Cheekbones... See, this is what BioWare are famous for. BioWare are famous for having character creation screens that you can get your character looking really nice in the character creation screen, and then as soon as the game starts, you're like, what the fuck? like they look really fucking horrible. They look ridiculously horrible. But hey. Eye shape. I like him to have like squinty eyes, because he's gonna be like a you know. Ooh, they're angry eyes. That's pretty cool. You've got to be very careful with your brow height, because I always used to do this, so he looked really angry. But then when he actually does scowl in the game, because you can scowl quite a lot, his eyes almost close over, because his eyebrows come down so far. It's ridiculous. But hey. Face that way, you can't. There you go. Right, so the more forward they are... Okay, I like that. Cool. Cool. Eye width. You look forward, thank you. Eye width. Oh, you just cannot create a good looking dude. Funny enough, when I played Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the newest BioWare Dragon Age game, it was actually quite easy to do a good looking character. I know a lot of people say it isn't, but I actually think it is. It's not that hard. Chin width. Chin depth. I don't want him looking like fucking Jimmy Hill, so let's... Okay. That's fine. I guess. Mouth shape. Oh god. Oh dear. Oh dear. gonna have to go with that one. It's the most normal. Mouth lip size. Down a little bit. Mouth width. Mouth depth. I'm not changing him, by the way. As soon as we're finished, that's what he's going to look like. I refuse to fucking... Yeah, and the noses in this game, I mean... Seriously. Seriously. The fucking size of it. Or it's a tiny little one with a big fucking... Ridiculous. Go with that one. Nose height. Nose depth. Go. Facial structure. Skin tone. Go for a white dude. No, it's kind of illegal nowadays in the PC everyone's being, but yes, we are having a male white protagonist. Sorry, that's just how it is going to be. And he has been in the wars. So he is going to have a scar. He's going to have that scar. Yeah. Complexion. What's complexion do? Oh, God. Oh, dear. Yeah, let's have normal complexion. See, in normal games, complexion gives you, like, a ruggedness. This just makes you look like a fucking cancer patient. Look at that. Ridiculous. Right, okay, so... hair. Love that. Oh, change brows. Keep it that way for now. Keep it that way. It's pretty cool. Looks less derpy than before, at least. Change your eye colour, there we go. There we go. Icy blue eyes, cool, like it. Alright, I think we're done. Yeah.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Alright, well, he doesn't look as bad as he did, so we'll go with that one. If you don't wonder where I got the name Denton from, I don't know. I think I was reading a Shadowrun book a while ago about characters and character creation. I picked that name out of the hat. And when I play Fallout, I was normally called Denton, so we'll go with Denton, why not? It's a normal-ish name. Yes.
Identification confirmed.
Okay, again, we're playing casual, because I'm not bashing my head against the wall with how old this game is. We're playing with subtitles, so you can see what's being said. In fact, no, we won't play with subtitles. If you need it, ask for it, we'll put it on. And, yeah, boom. I'm going to shut up.
Well, what about Shepard? He grew up in the colonies.
He knows how tough life can be out there. His parents were killed when slavers attacked Mindwar.
He got most of his unit killed on Torfin.
He gets the job done, no matter what the cost.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
Cerberus Prime relays in range. Initiating a transmission sequence.
Commander?
We are connected. Calculating transit mass and destination. The relay is hot, acquiring approach vector. All stations secure for transit. Board is green. Approach run has begun. Hitting the relay in 3, 2, 1. Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment. So you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
So, welcome to Mass Effect. A few things I want to mention off the bat. Yes, that is Seth Green you're hearing as Joker, the main pilot of the ship. Does a really good performance as Joker. As Joker Jeff Moreau, his name is. A really funny story is that Mark Meir, who actually plays Commander Shepard, and Seth Green, they never actually met whilst doing Mass Effect. But they met a few years later, and when I saw Mark Meir last in London, I asked him about it, and he basically said that he was at a party for something completely unrelated, right? Like literally, it was complete. I think it was something for his wife. He said. Anyway, he went up to Seth Green and said, "Oh, Seth, hello," you know, and Seth Green's like, "Who, dude? Who the fuck are you?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm Mark Meir. We've actually worked together on like Mass Effect." And he's like, "Oh, dude, how's it going?" You know. So yeah, it's a lot of the voice actors were in complete seclusion in this, so they never really actually met. A few of them did, but not quite a few of them didn't. The other thing I want to say is the grainy effect on the screen. That is something that BioWare put into the game on purpose, and that's because instead of taking a lot of their stripes from Star Wars and things like that, Mass Effect owes a lot of what it is to Star Trek, and essentially being Captain Kirk, you are Captain Kirk, whatever anyone else says. Commander Shepard is a stand-in for Captain Kirk, in my opinion. And one of the main things that they did to try and make sure that it's like you're watching an old episode of an old TV series, is putting this film grain effect over the game. I wanted to leave it on just for now, just so you could see what I meant, but I will be switching off in a minute, and you'll see me switch it off in the options. So there you go.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance Brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
Yeah, Joker getting himself into trouble with his mouth is something you will get used to as we go on as well. So generally in Mass Effect, the more lower down the option is to talk, the more annoyed you seem. And that's what I'm going to be, because I'm a dick.
Great. You pissed the captain off, and now I'm going to pay for it.
Don't blame me. The captain's always in a bad mood.
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
So, this is the the bridge of the Normandy. This is the Normandy SR-1. Without going into spoilers too much, in the second game you get the Normandy SR-2, which is about 2 to 3 times this. I know how to use a keyboard. Fuck off. Is about 2 to 3 times the size of this ship. But for now, the Normandy is an iconic ship. It really is, the first one. So we're going to turn the film grain off. There we go, film grain. Boom. There we go. Should be crystal clear now.
The captain's waiting for you in the comm room, Commander.
You probably don't want to keep the captain waiting, Commander.
Told you, I just saw him. You weren't filing it on a mission.
The Spectre, they're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged, right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander. Just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
Is it just me, or is my Shepard really fucking dreamy? I'm getting lost in those eyes. Fucking hell. Okay.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
So things to the left are essentially investigation options. So.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command. And they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. So I don't like it.
So what the game's doing here is basically giving you a vast blow of what's the word? Of oh my god, it's gone from my head. It's giving you information, essentially, on what the Spectres are. The Spectres are essentially, as he says, you know, covert agents. They can do whatever they want, and they serve the Council. And the Council are, before humanity got into the galaxy, the Council are basically alien races who rule the galaxy, essentially. And humanity is not a part of that at the moment. We're very new to the galactic scene. But hey, here we are with a new stealth ship that's been built by the Turians, who are a council race, who are very powerful, and us, humanity. The reason why Presley doesn't like Turians is because when humanity first came into the galactic scene, the Turians basically bitch-slapped us and tried to conquer Earth. And they conquered one of our colonies. They didn't conquer Earth, they conquered one of our colonies. They were going to try and conquer Earth, but then the Alliance military turned up and beat them like a fucking drum over the colony, which was called Shang-Chi. So yeah, and the Turians, when that happened, the Turians mobilized their entire force and were going to come in and basically annihilate us. But the council stepped in and told them to stop. And that was it. Peace was brokered, and that was called the First Contact War, because obviously it was first contact with an alien species, and here we go. That was only 30 years ago. So things are still a little bit, you know, cool between humans and Turians. Which is why when you saw a Turian on the bridge before, everyone's a bit angsty because he's on a human ship and no one knows why he's there, and he's a Spectre, so he can essentially do whatever the fuck he wants.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
This guy actually voices a lot of characters in BioWare games.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
Thanks for the put down, Normandy. Thank you.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
I seem to remember... I don't think anyone else is watching. But I seem to remember, if you are still watching when you were playing this, you fucking hated this guy. So...
Only a fool goes looking for a fight, Corporal.
Sorry, Commander, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I heard Nihilus once took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself. Man, I can't believe I'm on a mission with an actual Spectre.
I think it was that line that set you off, to be honest.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development, so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Torfin. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
This mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not gonna screw this up.
The captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yeah, I felt I need to put him in his place a little bit now. Oh, I can't go that way. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I was going to say something there, but I can't remember what it was.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give us a chance to talk.
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
I've never been there.
But you know of it. It's become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it, really?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the Commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
We're making a covert pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Why didn't we keep the beacon for ourselves?
You humans don't have the best reputation. Some species see you as selfish, too unpredictable, too independent, even dangerous.
Sharing that beacon will improve relations with the Council. Plus, we need their scientific expertise. They know more about the Protheans than we do.
The beacon's not the only reason I'm here, Shepard.
Nihilus wants to see you in action, Commander. He's here to evaluate you.
What's going on, Captain?
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
I was impressed when I studied the reports from Torfan. A grim business, but you got the job done. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
I assume this is good for the Alliance.
Earth needs this, Shepard. We're counting on you.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
So, yeah, a lot of exposition's being thrown at you in the first half an hour of the game. One thing I really loved about early BioWare, especially with Dragon Age Origins, was amazing at doing this, and so was Mass Effect 1 and 2. It's just how they do the exposition. It melts into you. You know what I mean? It's like reading a really good book. You're absorbing the exposition, and you're being drawn into the world without even knowing. You know, when exposition is done really bad, it's really intimidating. Like you seriously, you start losing yourself in names and places and dates and things like that. It shows a lot of talent for a writer who can actually draw you into to a world just by telling you a story and just by telling you the information that you need to know as you're going along. And this is why a fish out of water protagonist works so well. That's not actually what Shepard is. So a fish out of water protagonist is somebody like Luke Skywalker, who, has never been off Tatooine in his life, and exposition happens to him as he goes through for the Jedi and the dark side and the rebels and the Alliance and the Empire. It all melts in together, because when it's explained to him, it's explained to you as the viewer. He is you. Bear in mind, I think it works with Shepard, because even though he's been a part of the world before and he already has an established reputation in the world, he's just a grunt. He's just a soldier. So learning all of these high level things is something that he needs to know, and what you also need to know. So I think they did that really well.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get ready for Lovecraft.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Status report.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker. Fast and quiet. This mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly, without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
That look was very, very, very poignant. Makes, like, if you know what's coming. Hairs in the back of your neck stand up.
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
We've got his back, Captain.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
One thing you learn about Mass Effect is they love some lens flare. They really love their lens flare. I know how to find
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless. Oh God, what happened here?
Jenkins then.
I think we got him, Commander. Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
So?
Leave him. We need to finish the mission.
Aye, aye, sir.
So Jenkins is, that's another nod back to Star Trek. He's basically a red shirt, is what he is. Like he's introduced and he's very happy and then he just dies. Straight away.
Heads up!
What? Alenko, you can't shoot for shit.
Got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Alright. Nihilus is helping us out. That's nice. Loot. Not good.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Give me a status report, Williams.
Oh, man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
You're coming with us, Williams. We need that beacon.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
What Ashley Williams is talking about there is a thing called the Morning War. The Morning War is essentially a race called the Quarians, or an alien race, normal-looking alien race. Yeah, who created, as she just said, a big, massive race of AIs to help them out. And of course, whenever you create AIs in a sci-fi setting,
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
just points. Fucking move, bitch. Okay. What does it want me to do? Alright, it wants me to equip some shit. Okay. Fine. Okay. Sorry, getting used to doing my thing.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Okay. I can see you, dude. Come out. There we go. My god, your squad members are not very bright, are they? Standing there.
Clear.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
Let's get moving. Williams, where's the camp?
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Okay. That's an ominous warning, sorry. Save so you don't die when I throw all this shit at you in the next 5 minutes.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive!
What did the Geth do to them? Think we're good, Commander? That door, it's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
The one thing you will find about the Mass Effect series as it goes on is that Mass Effect 1 has a reputation, quite rightly so as well, as being the innocent game. You know, it's almost corny in certain ways. You can really tell it takes most of its stuff from Star Trek. When we get to Mass Effect 2 especially, and then Mass Effect 3, things get a lot darker and a lot more Firefly. So I always say, you know, Mass Effect 1 is very Star Trek, and Mass Effect 2 and 3 are very... Mass Effect 2 is very Firefly, and then Mass Effect 3 is very Starship Troopers, I guess.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Say goodnight, Manuel.
You cannot silence the truth. My voice must be heard.
Oh my God! What did you do?
That might have been a little extreme, Commander.
You can't just go around whacking people in the head.
It was only a matter of time until he did something crazy and dangerous.
I suppose you're right. By the time he wakes up, the meds will have kicked in.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
Good luck, Commander.
You just spark out on the floor.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
This game has not aged well at all. This place is very easy to miss, this little shed. You get quite a cool scene from it, because you can see Nihlus' body down there, so you want to rush and see how he is. But
everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
Nobody moves a muscle until we know who you are.
Nice going, Cole. I told you we should have stayed hidden.
It's okay. We're all on the same side here. We're just farmers. We've been hiding ever since that ship first showed up.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, it felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
If there's something you're not telling me.
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
You greedy bastard. You weren't running for your life. You were running to check on your merchandise.
No, it's not like that. I just knew there were some packages here, something we could use. I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
See, this is a bit shitty, is that there are two things here that we can't use. This is because you don't have enough good guy points, this is because you don't have enough bad guy points. This will change as we go on in the game, trust me.
Hand it over and I'll be on my way.
Good luck.
Actually quite good.
Commander, it's Nihlus.
I know, I saw him from over there, you fucking blind twat.
Something's moving, over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
I like the way you hid behind those crates during the fight. Really helped us out. Thanks a lot.
Me? But I'm just a dock worker. I don't even have a weapon. Well, my name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were two Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge.
Heard that before.
Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Okay. Oh, shit. Who's shooting at? My god, the AI in the early and the mid-noughties was terrible. In this game, you can only sprint when you're in combat. It's a bit shit. But you will find when we get into Mass Effect 2, the leap in quality is astonishing between 1 and 2.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Dude.
Commander.
There's the beacon. We're not going to investigate it just yet, because there's a few things around we can pick up. Nice how it's all coming back to me after years. It's quite cool. There we go. Give my override. Lovely. Oh, why is it all the way over here? Come on. There we go. I think there's more stuff on the other side, but we'll leave it. I think. Is there? Can't see anything.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard! No, don't touch it! It's too dangerous!
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
So, I don't know whether it's a spoiler or not, but the main antagonists of the entire series are something called the Reapers, and we were just seeing one there. They're very Lovecraftian, and I think that the way that the writers as a whole dealt with the Reapers up until Mass Effect 3 was amazing, and that they basically said they gave them no rhyme or reason to be doing what they're doing. They're just coming to kill us because they're coming to kill us, and they're so beyond our intellect that we wouldn't understand anyway, so they refuse to explain it. I think that's great. That's like really Lovecraft. That's like, you know, these are gods and they don't really care. It's like, you know, does fire care when it burns, sort of a thing. In Mass Effect 3 that kind of fell down a little bit because they tried to explain these things and the Reapers and why they were so bad, and it just didn't work. Not for me anyway, but I'll explain that as we get further along into it. But yeah.
Like the morning after shore leave. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
funnily enough, Ashley Williams was 1.5 seconds away from becoming the protagonist of the entire Mass Effect series, but, you know.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know if that's what set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Williams is a good soldier. She deserves it.
Lieutenant Alenko agrees with you. That's why I added her to our crew.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Council can kiss my ass. I won't let them blame me for losing the beacon. I didn't do anything wrong.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best. A living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador, and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Alright. Gonna level up first, though. Go. Pistols, 2. Cool. I'm gonna skip over most of this because you don't really need to see it. Yep. There we go. I said, it's a lore run, so, you know, I'm not going to be explaining all of the gameplay stuff, mostly.
Hey, Commander.
Stuff.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. The crew could use some good news after what happened to Jenkins.
Jenkins was a valuable part of this crew.
Part of me feels guilty over what happened. If Jenkins was still alive, I might not be here.
You're a good soldier, Williams. You belong on the Normandy.
Thanks, Commander. I appreciate that.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
I've seen friends die before. Comes with being a Marine. But to see my whole unit wiped out, and you never get used to seeing dead civilians. But things would have been a lot worse if you hadn't shown up.
We couldn't have done it without you, Williams.
Thanks, Commander. I have to admit, I was a little worried about being assigned to the Normandy. It's nice when someone makes you feel welcome.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine, Williams.
Thanks, Commander.
This kind of guy, like, whenever I do Shepard, like, he's a dick to people who deserve it. If people are like shady with him, he'll just, you know, crack down on that shit straight away. But normally not too.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
No.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
You can talk to her at any point, the doctor.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready. Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
So Captain Anderson is voiced by Keith David. And if you know who he is, brownie points. So normally starting to open up now. We can go to any floor we want. I'm not going to because there's no point, but we can do.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander. Losing Jenkins was hard enough on the crew.
Good timing, Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
Flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower, too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side, then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower. Please proceed to Dock 422.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
I'm not gonna sit on my ass just because the Council doesn't want to do anything. If they won't stop Saren, I will.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not his.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
And on those wise words, I think I'm going to finish there. Been on for a couple of hours, so thanks for watching. And I'm not sure if I'll be on again tomorrow, might be, but if not, it'll definitely be the weekend. So yeah, I'll see you then.